Immigration marriage number 2. Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, Washington, D.C., and Chicago, Illinois. We are making this video in May of 2025, and I wanted to put the timestamp on it because we are seeing a huge spike in cases in which USCIS isn't so concerned with marriage number 2. Marriage number 2, for some reason, often seems very strong, very legit, very grounded in reality and love. And instead of approving a marriage-based green card case based on marriage number 2, USCIS is spending a ton of time on marriage number 1. Marriage number 1 might have been overseas. Marriage number 1 might have been in the United States between the immigrant beneficiary and a different U.S. citizen. Or marriage number 1 might have been between the person who now wants to be the petitioner, and they themselves had either come through a green card process based on marriage to another person, or they had sponsored someone else before. So you have to understand that if you're applying for an immigration benefit and the petitioner or the beneficiary has been married before, and that marriage involved anyone getting kind of immigration benefit whatsoever, that prior application, those prior filings, whether they're withdrawn, whether they're approved, whether they're denied, all of that impacts whether a green card will be issued on marriage number 2. So this is often one of my second or third questions that I'm asking people. Tell me about all of your marriages. Tell me whether, if either of you have ever had a marriage that involves someone else getting an immigration benefit. Because if the petitioner got a green card and then became a citizen based on marrying a different U.S. citizen, that shows that they know the process. They know how things work. And in USCIS's mind, maybe they're gaming the system. Maybe they gamed the system to get their green card and their citizenship, and now they're turning around and doing it for somebody else. We call that a pivot case, and they look at pivot cases very hard. That's when you pivot from receiving a green card based on marriage to Joe, and now you're marrying Jim and trying to get Jim a green card for himself. And we've also seen this in situations where there was a marriage back home. Now, this is a huge problem right now at USCIS. They are looking at things that people said when they came to the United States. So on their DS-160, if they came on a visit visa, they might have been married before. They might have simply said they were married before. Apparently, there are all these agencies hanging out around these embassies, and they're telling people, if you really want to boost your chances of getting a visit visa to the United States, just say that you're married, even though you're not married, or even though you're just living together, or even making up the name of a fake spouse who's someone who doesn't even exist anywhere in the world. All of these things are happening. I'm seeing these requests for evidence, these notices of intent to deny, these notices of intent to revoke, these denials, not because they think that marriage number 2 is fake, but because they think marriage number 1 was fake, or they think that marriage number 1 was never properly terminated, or they think that somebody misrepresented how they were married, or whether they were married, or what the status of their marriage was. We were separated, but no one had yet filed for divorce. But as soon as I got my visa, somebody applied for divorce. There are all kinds of games that people can play with their marriages. And if any of that stuff happened with marriage number 1, it's going to be a showstopper. It is going to keep you from getting a green card based on marriage number 2, no matter how legit it is. I don't care if you have 3 kids. I don't care if USCIS could sit in your house every day and watch. They will just say, we believe marriage number 2. We believe everything you're saying about marriage number 2, but we don't believe jack squat about marriage number 1. We think somebody was up to something. We think somebody was playing games with us. We think somebody lied to us. We think somebody made a misrepresentation. You're going to need a waiver. You're deportable. You're going to removal. All those things are possible if marriage number 1 is faulty or problematic or not real. So you can see how this would impact your immigration status. You can see how this would impact the ability to get a green card based on marriage, even if it is marriage number 2. So if you're looking for help, if you need our help to help you decide and to proceed with going forward with a marriage-based green card case, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about marriage number 1, whether it's the petitioners or the beneficiaries. Make sense? Very important that you be going through this in a clear-headed way and that you understand the risks involved and the problems involved with this process. All right. If you want to get our help to navigate this process, if you're worried about marriage number 1 or worried about marriage number 2, or just worried about getting your green card case Approved because USCIS has become so difficult? Give us a call, 314-961-8200, or email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. If you're just looking for free resources, that's fine. Don't call the office if you're just looking for free resources. But if you're just looking for free resources, free things that you can learn more about immigration, we have a ton of them. We have our YouTube channel. You can subscribe. I make 3 or 4 new videos a week. I talk about different immigration concepts like this. You can sign up for alerts so that when we post a new video, you get an email or a notification on YouTube. You can also join our Immigrant Home Facebook group. We have 15,000 people going through the immigration process there. We also have our Immigration Answers live show, which goes live 3 or 4 times a week. That's just me answering immigrants' questions. You can join us anytime for that. If you want to get in the waiting room to ask me a question, text the word show to 314-470-3300, and make sure to, like I said, subscribe to the channel. Finally, if you like TikTok and finding out about immigration information that way, feel free to follow us on TikTok @Immigration Hacking. We will see you on the next video.